Hi, welcome back to our tutorial in Blender to build an e-bike. Yeah, today we want to make here some text on the bike. So we did last time some text and we put them now on. So I'll give you screencast keys here. And then we want to plug in here the Blender symbol with the text Blender on there. So how we do that? We need an separate material, plastic black, where we can put on the layout from Blender without that it goes to the other black plastic too. So we need a copy of that black plastic. So we click here on the number and then it becomes a new version. Now we can change that, and I will have for that black plastic. It should be glossy plus the logo plus text. So that is what we want to have. Here the roughness is too high, so we bring them here down. Then it comes more like that. That is more my style. Then we want to have there the logo on, so we need a mix method, and surely that is a texture that we take there, so we need another mapping for them and the image itself and a mixer to mix them together. But at first we get here the UV. I go a little bit deeper, then you see better. Here the UV from the texture coordinates and make it in the second mapping here. Then we connect the vector with the vector. Then we go here to the folder symbol, and there we can say which texture we want to take, and we want to take from our texture folder that one where both is in Blender symbol plus text, that is that here, and that we want to mix together with the black. So we need a mixer, so we add shader, mix shader, then we make between them. Then we got here, this is our logo with the rest, and you see it appears there directly, but it is turned and it is on the wrong position. So when we go here in the UV image editor, you can search this file, this graphic, the text and the symbol, and then we can plug that real onto the Blender symbol, but we need both. Symbol with white text, Blender plus symbol white text, that is it, yeah. And we sure need an unwrap. You see that was a smart UV unwrap. We get them all by selecting with A, then grab them all and bring them to the side, that no one is there on the graphic. So then we have the problem, Blender will always title a texture in all directions, to the left, to the right, to the top, to the down. It's every time repeated. You don't see it here, but it is like Blender do it. And you only can stop that by doing minimum maximum at the mapping. There you can then say I will only one. So there is an option that you can see what you select here in the UV2. So when I click there, you see it is there. So I get here the front, and you see it appears then here. That is only then when you have that here take on. then you can see that. So that is the part where we want to plug that on. So I take this here with L and grab that to the position. Then we scale them up, and you see Blender appears there. We're grabbing, positioning, such like that, scale a little, and that should be it. It should be completely rotated, so rotate 180 degrees, and then it's on the right place, and then we have plugged that on. The same we want to make at the other side too. So we go here and search where is this. That word is there. So we can get here this whole thing by pressing L, then grabbing and positioning, scale them up, and rotate 180 degrees. Then grabbing and move that where you want to have that. Now we have the Blender symbol on there. That was the first. File, save. Now we want to plug in here the text. That was the text with the version of Blender, version number, and you can't plug it here onto because that is an instance. We need the original. The original is on layer, the 5th layer, I think. Yeah, here is it. Bring it a little bit to the side, and we have a better view. And then we go in here, and when we mark all, you see, wow, that is very bad. Yeah, you're right, that is bad. So, at first, we grab that and bring that all to the side like we did before. Then we want to plug it on the green metal. So we need this clean metal glossy mix, and we want to plug there our stuff there. So that means we must make here a copy material. So we click on the number again. You see it by 001. It's a new material with the same values. That is the good thing on that. Good. Glossy mix with text Blender plus version number, something like that. Good. We go here to node editor, and we see we have nothing here, so that's good. We can place it easily. And what is that? We want to make a texture on it. If we need a texture, we need here texture coordinates. So input texture coordinates, then add a vector mapping. That is for positioning and scaling the texture on the UV. Then we need the graphic itself. So we go to texture. It is an image texture that we want to use. And then we want to mix that graphic with this steel. So we need here a mixer. So we add shader, mix shader, take them between. Then we have to connect the UV with the vector. We go to texture. We go here from the mapping to the image. Then we open the image, go to our texture folder, and get this what we want. That is here with the version number, that Blender, with Blender on written down, and get that into the shader. And you see it appears, but it isn't right scaled and so on, so we have to tweak that. So here we search now in the UV image editor, that is the UV image editor, we search here our texture with the version number. So now we have to search here Blender version text with alpha. Yeah, that is it. So when we now hit tab, you see we are in edit mode, and then we see here all that we have there from the unwrap. But we want only place them on this part there. So we go to face selection and select this whole loop, and then you see here what we got. I grab that now here and bring them to the side, and you see it don't floats with that. So because of that, we first scale that. You see it comes to the title effect I said it before. So we have here to say minimum, maximum. Maximum is one repeating, one. No repeating, only the one, and not title them. Good. Now we have to rotate it, and you see it appears there very good. We scale that a little, and then grabbing and positioning. So we have placed that on. It can be a little bit greater, I think, so we scale here in that direction and grab it to the position there. I think we can go a little bit more up, such like that maybe. Yeah, that is good. And the same we can make on the other side. So we turn around and mark here this loop. We get here this marked thing, so we grab that, bring that to the side, scale them up, and rotate that in the other direction here, yes, and then simply grab that to the position. A little bit rotating and a little bit scaling, grabbing and positioning. So we've done that. That is fine. We want to have here in the front the Blender symbol. So we go back to that one. We need another material because we want to add another texture to that. So that means we need here a second one of that. So that means we must take here plus, another material, and we take this green one, this green metal, something else, gray steel, no, this basic stuff there, basic wheel, no, how we call them? Good, we search. Plastic, chain material, transparent grayscale, metal rough glossy mix that we need. We click here on the number again. You only can make that in object mode, this plus here. Then we get a 001, and then we click here and give them the correct name, that is only logo. So we got here our nodes, and we want to plug only the Blender symbol at the front there. So we need the same things at the other one. So we go here to our version number node, and we can copy simply the things. Then we don't must do that again. So I click here, hold shift, and click the other stuff that I need. Then Control C to copy. Then we go to the new made material, click into the window, and Control V, and you can input it. So that is very much faster than to do that each time new. So we plug that here into and make here a connection, and we see nothing because first it is the wrong texture and we doesn't place that material at this point that we want. So we want to place it here. That means we take this line here and we see that is that one here. So grabbing, then we give them the new made material. So we assign that material to that selection. And then we get here our only Blender symbol. So here's the symbol in white. So we take that. Now we have that. Now we grab our selection here to this point. You must say here only logo, and the only logo material has the other logo in, so we must give them here new by image texture. So we open that, go to our texture folder and search here the logo only, and now we have it here on, and scale them simply up. We should scale it more in the X, I think. Yeah. And scale them. It looks a little bit wired. So we scale again on the X maybe. You must find a way to simply play with that around and grabbing and positioning, and we see when it fits, it fits. So we have here the one problem. No, it isn't a problem. Okay. Good. For me that looks good. So with Alt G, we bring that back to the middle. File, save. We go to the first layer. And we see our logos on here. And it looks very good. Every time that's not fine. Good. What is here? Tanks. Yeah, the memory in the RAM of the computer memory. There are 235 megabytes in the moment, and that slows the computer. But we go here. Good. And you see, we got it on. That is okay. We want to write down here the internet address, like it is here. So we have to do some on here. We have to do the same as before. We give here a new material. So we go plus, take the same one, metal rough glossy mix. So we type in metal rough glossy mix. We give here the number a click. Then we click in and change the name of it. We call it the swing, back swing, swing back, back swing web address. Good. Here we have the material in the node editor, and again we need this whole thing there, so Control V, we can input that from the other one. Then we make that off and bring them between. Then we plug in this thing. Then we must say we need here the web address on it. So we open here in the image texture or folder and look where we got this. Here is this www.blender.org. We click that. Then we search that here. I don't know how it is called correctly, but I hope we find it. Blender, is it that? No. Entries, text from alpha, blender symbol. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, better is to get the name in your mind. It's Blender text with white alpha, so it is called Blender text with white alpha. So Blender text with white alpha. Yeah, there it is. Good. So we have that. That needs an unwrap. So we take here this line. There we want to put it. So we get first all, grab, bring them by the side, then get only this selected, then grab that and bring that to the side, and assign here the new material with the web address, so assign. Then you see nothing, because you see it is here on the top. We only need it here on the front side here, so we mark that only and grab that, by the way, and get this both and put them away. So we only need that here, L to select only that, and grab that, and then we can have that on. We have to scale them and grab and bring it to position. So we have it on. The same we can make on the other side too. So we have that one here. We have made this material, so we can make a plus, and it should be called metal plus a mix with the web address. That material we need, and we give here where we want to have it, from here to here. We give that material a sign, then we get it here, but at first we take all, grab that to the side, then we mark only that here, grab that by the side, bring it on, scale up. You see it is inverted, so we rotate 180 degrees, but in the wrong direction, so rotate Y 180, then we rotate X 180, then we let that because that is shit. Rotate Z now. So we must invert that. Selection inverse. No, that isn't it. It is the mirror we need. A mirror option. I don't know exactly, but I think there is a mirror. Yeah, that was it. Good. That was here UV, and then here the mirror, and then in the x-axis, and then you have it. So we can scale that now, and with grabbing, positioning them. Good. So we have placed that too. That looks better. Then now comes the real heavy part. That is here, this writing there. Why that is heavy? Because we destroyed here the topology, and that will be a great problem by bringing a texture on the right place. That all was good topology, but that is wired topology. So file, save, back, file, save as, I give here a new version. Okay. So we go to the original. That is here on the 5th layer. That is our original. We place them here on the side. That looks very good. All is destroyed there, but it is like it is. So we take here a plus and give them black metal glossy there. So black metal glossy. We click here on the number again, so we get version 2, and we call it simply no. We call it simply no. This fucking system there. Okay. With text. Good. We have that. We go in our node editor. We see what we get there. We get that. So we want to have here this other text on. So Control V. We can put again this thing on. We plug that out. We get the mix shader between. Connect the color with the shader. Then we have that second material. We have to say where we want to place it and which image texture we want to put on. So we click here on the folder and get here our cycles render texture there. We search them here too, how it is called. Cycles text x8. So we look here, cycles x8, that is it. We see we have no unwrap from that. So we try one. U for unwrap and smart UV projection. Okay. That is all we got. We grab it and bring it to the side. Then we try to select that side here. So that must be that one. So I select them with L, grab them and position them there. And I say I will take the new material on it. So that with the text. So assign. Now we have to scale up a little. That we see here where it comes to. And then we rotate simply. And grabbing, and so you can position them. So we have plugged that on, and we see, yeah, cycles render. That's cool. Good, written down. So we try to find that here. That is this one. So with L. We select that, grab that, scale that up, and give them the text material and rotate it. So we got that, grabbing and positioning. It's all a little bit tricky. You must try that often to get where it is to go up, to go down. That is a little bit tricky at the start, but it works. So here we want to turn that, so we can take here UV mirror in the y-axis, I think. Grabbing. I must look. No, that was the wrong one. So we can make it in the y again, and one time in the x with the mirror. Now it should be good. Yes, and it is good. We only go deeper. Wow. Good. Oh, but it is oh, a little bit wrong. So UV we take here in the Y, I think. Grabbing. Yeah, and we have it. Blender cycles blender. Wow. Really good. So we go back to the first layer. Oh, we must place them back. So Alt G to bring them in the middle. Then go back to first layer. And we have all the writings on. And that looks more interesting than for the people. Next time we will make here this part ready and make some screws on and so on. Much to do. The cables must be done. So see you in the next tutorial. Bye.